Let's go over surds and indices. Let's start with indices. Anything to the power 0 equals 1. X squared times x to the power 7 equals x to the power 9. X to the power 7 divided by x squared equals x to the power 5. X to the power minus 2 equals 1 over x to the power 2. So the minus flips anything around upside down. So it could be a fraction or it could be 1 over something. X to the power a half equals square root x, or x to the power a third equals cube root x. Okay. And then these can also be combined. So if we had x to the power minus a half, we would do 1 over square root x, combining the above rules. Okay. We can go through some more examples in a detailed video. Surds. So surds are all about square roots. So square root x times square root y equals square root xy. So they both can go inside the same root. It doesn't matter. So square root 6 times square root 7 is square root 42. Same thing with square root x divided by square root y equals square root x over y. Square root 42 could be simplified. So what you do is you break it down into the biggest square number that goes into it. So square root 4, no, square root. So let's start with square root so nothing goes into square root 42, so it was a really bad example. So let's say square root 24. So 4 is the biggest square number that goes into it. So square root 4, and then 4 times by 6 makes 24. So square root 4 is square root 6, which equals 2 root 6, because square root 4 is 2. So we prefer to write stuff like this because it's called more simplified. Your calculator also does this for you. So if you're stuck, you just use that, but it's important to know as well. Surds can always be rationalized, but again, you have your calculator. It's still good to know. 1 over square root 3 equals 1 over square root 3 times root 3 over root 3. You times it by the bottom number. Okay, so square root 3 over, what's root 3 times root 3? So that's just 3. And again, this is called more simplified. Sometimes you get stuff like 1 over 1 minus root 3. So I have to times that by 1 plus root 3 over 1 plus root 3. And you can slowly do it, expand it. You can revise GCSE videos, you can ask me in the comments, or you can watch a video especially for surds. But this was just a quick summary of surds and indices.